All right, we are at the one of the Butler County Metro Parks here. This is the Timberman Ridge area, which is one of the newer places. Looks like it was part of someone's farm that they had donated, and it's really beautiful. We're here Sunday, July 28th, and I don't see any other cars at all here in the parking lot. Nobody's here. It's a beautiful morning. Haven't really taken a lot of walks recently. Got a few little ponds over here. Nice little shelter house. There's the original house is down there over the hill. We've got some really nice paved trails. I see we got looks like a play set area that's new. Looks like that's actually closed. There's a sign about something being closed over there. But I think the trail is open. Basically open till sunset. And it looks like maybe they've upgraded the outdoor restrooms here. It used to just be the porta potties, but now they've actually got a facility, which is super cool. Yeah, nice little umbrella thing here. Picnic table. This is really nice. They've done some really good upgrades here. But we got the Timberman Ridge Trail here, which I'm going to walk. It's about a 1.4 mile loop from this point. Nice paved trail. And that's what we're going to work on today. So again, we've got a really nice sign here about trail etiquette. Cyclists yield to all other users. Keep right, except to pass. Announce when passing other trail users. Yeah, some really good signs. Fit and Family Foundation. Made from support. So a really good sign. I used to do a lot of cycling. Mostly back in the 80s. Used to do some century rides, 100-mile rides. I was really into that. And I remember the trail etiquette was always to announce that you were on the left when passing. So I guess not everybody knows that. But just part of the trail etiquette. All right. Let's go walk this trail. That's some really cool chalk art here. That's pretty cool. It's kind of a beautiful trail. It's up a little bit higher than the land around. It's up on a ridge. So there sometimes in the fall there's some decent views off of the ridge. A little observation deck up further ahead. And there are a number of side trails that go off in the grass. It's pretty well marked. You got little signs here indicating the trails you're on. And there are some people here today, but there's actually another parking area that I forgot about that is further up ahead. So there's actually two trailheads with two parking areas, which makes it pretty convenient. I believe I have a video or two of hiking this in the fall when it's not as grown up as this. Now, you can see off to the right there's one of the cut-through trails. There's a couple of those here where you can actually cut through the grass. It's mowed through. So if you wanted to cut off the 1.2 or 1.4 mile loop, you can do that. Here's one of them. That goes off and around. We just had passed one earlier when I wasn't filming. And then over here, we got another one going off here. So there's a couple little wetlands areas here where you can go off the trail and take a look at those as well. All right, here we got the middle ridge wetland, which is kind of middle of the ridge, I guess you would say. So kind of the middle part of the trail. So you got a little trail. It just goes off to the side. We'll take a look, see if it's wet. It's been fairly dry. You can kind of see we're up on a ridge. You can sort of see out in the distance here. Got a cell phone tower out there. But this really just kind of loops around a little wet area. Got a bench. It looks like the bench has taken a little bit of weather damage here, I guess. Seen some better days. A little bit dry in there. It's kind of a little swampy looking area in the middle. This trail just kind of goes around. We'll take a look around it. It's not a very big loop. It just loops around this area. And again, you can sort of see down the ridge. Yeah, it's really dry in there. Normally that's got some standing water in it. You can see some of the tall grasses. But it's really a beautiful park. So if you're ever visiting the Butler County area of Ohio, it's a pretty nice place. All right, again, we're coming back around to the beginning of this little tiny loop. I said it's not much of a loop, but it's still interesting. All right, we'll head back out on the trail. There's some nice views off of the ridge. I didn't think we would have any with the tall overgrowth, but actually still able to see down more into the valley here. Pretty cool. And you got plenty of benches strung out through the trail, which makes it nice for anybody who's needing to take a break, sit down. Maybe you're a little older, or recovering from something, and you need to take a break. They've got them pretty well spaced out throughout the trail. And here's another one of the little side trails. I believe they're calling this the Ridge Top Wetland. I think we're probably close to the part which might be one of the higher points on this ridge. I know somewhere up here we've got an observation deck. I believe that might be just a little loop, again, that just loops around this little area here. I'm hearing the random cicada. Oh, here we go. So we'll check this out again. This has now been here for a few years. Probably going to be in need of repairs before long, but so far it looks like it's still holding up. Got this observation area where you can look out. Let's go check it out. All right, we are looking off of Timberman Ridge. All right, that's pretty cool. So you can kind of see off over in the distance there. I think it's a Warble Road. I'm trying to remember. We'll see when we get to the signs, but there's a parking area over there. Seems like there are a number of cars over there. There wasn't any at the lot we were at, but for a lot of people, that lot is kind of a convenient stop for people to park. We'll make our way that way as we go around. We'll head down the ramp and back on the trail. Yeah, we're actually approaching the Orville trailhead. I got probably parking for at least 20-30 cars, somewhere in that range. I don't know. I'm not gonna pan over that way. I don't want to get anybody's cars in the video. Okay. Alright, we've looped around to the other side. We've gotten past the Warville Road trailhead, so we're on the other side of the loop, heading back towards our starting point. And the area that we were is kind of right over there, just before where those trees are at, where we were getting the really nice views off of the ridge. Quite a few trees here. Guessing this was a pretty beautiful farm area at one time, and it's pretty cool how they had donated this to the park. Alright, I think we're finally getting into the home stretch area of the trail. We've passed some of the crossover points. So, some restoration work in progress. I don't remember seeing this sign before, but they're working to reforest this area by planting some more native hardwood trees. The Metro Park volunteers and staff have planted a diverse selection of tree species that will benefit wildlife, improve air quality, reduce soil erosion, and improve the overall quality of the watershedding. So they've got some fencing, I guess, too. It mentioned something about they got some wild white-tailed deer that can kill some of the newly planted trees. So they do have some fencing, I guess, in here. And the long-term goal is to have a healthy forest in this area here. So you've got some fencing back behind there. So I guess that is, I used to think that was maybe a property thing, but actually they got trees back there. I don't know if you can make out the fencing or not. It appears to me to be about 7 to 8 feet high. I'm not really sure. It's definitely higher than me. But I guess that's what they're doing. Pretty cool stuff. All right. When I see there's another farm off to the side. I know when I'm starting to see the farm buildings for the adjacent farm area, I know we're starting to get back close to the trailhead. So we get around this curve up here, we'll be getting close to where we started. Oh, you can see some vines growing on the fence that they have to protect the new trees from the deer. Alright, looks like we're going to be passing up the Locust Grove Pond area. There's at least 2, maybe 3 ponds. I can't remember now off the top of my head. There's one off to the side of the parking lot we stopped at. Not going to stop there today. Looks like we're at the mile marker here. Was that say 8? I don't know if that's supposed to be 0.8 or just marker 8, but if you go to the website and bring up their map, you can get a few more details. So if you take that little path back there, you can head over to one of the ponds. Alright, looks like we're back at the starting point here. We've got the different signs here indicating the trails. We just did the Timberman Ridge Trail, the west side, I guess they call it, the 1.2 mile loop. The Warville Trailhead is at 0.6 miles, which that was the parking area that we passed. There's also the Songbird Pond, which is up here off to the side of the parking lot. And it looks like they're doing some restoration, reforestation here too. So I guess the land on the other side of that fence is also being reforested. So I used to think that was maybe part of that other farm area, but apparently that's part of the park district too. So yeah, there's where we first started and went that way. And now we're just headed back to the parking lot. So pretty nice little park, a nice little easy walk. I really enjoy this park when I can make it here, so check it out.